In this video, you will learn how to playtest inside the editor using various options. This is the best way to see what your game will look like and play inside the editor. The easiest and most effective way is to right-click inside the perspective viewport and choose play from here. This will spawn you into the map and you can walk around and playtest your map. Now, since we're using first-person shooter example, you will have a pair of arms and a weapon given to you in the first person view. But if you chose any of the other defaults when you set up a game template from the new projects area, then you'll have a different character and a different way to playtest. So right clicking and choosing play from here is the fastest way to jump inside the map and spawn to playtest your map. The other options, you have to come up to the main toolbar, and right up here you have a play button. You can use the drop down menu and select which modes that you want to use. Selected viewport will spawn you inside the active viewport. And if you hit escape, this will take you out, back to the editor mode. The next one is mobile preview. This will launch in a new window and show you what your environment, your level will look like on the mobile device. This will open in a new window, and for the first time it has to compile its shaders. And now you can playtest and see what your game will look like on a mobile device. And to exit this preview, if you hit the tilde key, you can type in exit. The next option is launching the game in the new editor window. This will launch a new window and put you inside the map. The next option is a standalone game. This will launch a new window and place you inside the map. This will simulate of how you would enter your game through the menu. Now, since we don't have a menu set up for this game, for this level, this simply puts us inside the map. But if you had menus and options to choose in order to start a new game, you would see them here. So let's go ahead, hit the tilde key and type in exit to exit and press enter. And the last option is simulate. What this does, it launches your game, the editor window, and simulates what your game will look like and play. So everything is active. So we can fly around in the viewport. And if we had the AI set up, if we had blueprints set up, everything would look like as if we were playing the game, but we were able to fly around. And to stop this preview, you come up here and hit stop. Let me show you what simulate would look like if we use shooter game as an example. So here I have high-rise map open, and let's go ahead and choose simulate. So here it puts us into the view of the player. We can fly around, and this simulates the actual game. Everything is moving, all the particle effects, all the animations, and if we had AI set up, this would play the actual game, and we could take a look of how this looks inside the editor as if somebody was playing the game. And let's go ahead and hit stop. Let's use the drop down menu for various options to play inside the editor. You can spawn the player at the current camera location or at the default player start. You can also set up multiplayer options of how many number of players you want to spawn and if you want to run a dedicated server. And on the bottom you have advanced settings. This takes you into the editor preference, into the play options. And here you have a few other settings you can take a look at and change how play in editor button functions. Now let's go ahead and close this menu. So play inside the editor button, all the options here, is the best way to test and see what your map will look like inside the game from the player's point of view. So this gives you the most accurate way of looking at your environment and how it really looks and plays.